today's a groundbreaking event actually, and the purpose of the day really is to look at, from the local authorities' perspective, look at giving advice to local residents about how they can engage in safe fundraising activities. Clearly, Syria is a big issue, and lots of people feel very passionately about it. And residents in Kirklees have got a strong history of charitable giving, but also helping others in need. There are obviously a number of risks associated with the particular issues in Syria, and we want to help to advise and support people to be able to give to charity and to support people in Syria in the most safe and efficient and effective way.
Absolutely. So is today about efforts at home, or is it more to do with the efforts taking place in Syria itself?
I think there's a couple of messages really, a couple of key messages. Primarily today is about efforts at home, and our message as an authority is to our residents that Syria is a dangerous place. So we wouldn't advise anybody to go over there, and we don't actually believe that's the most effective way in which to help the Syrian people. The most effective way to help the Syrian people is to give to a UK registered charity, which is one of the main purposes of today really, to highlight some of those risks, but also to give advice to people, to support them, to be able to channel some of that goodwill and some of the goodwill that the residents have here in Kirklees, to be able to make sure that their goodwill can get to the Syrian people. So it's primarily about how people in the UK can give in a safe way.
And in terms of your keynote speakers, you've got some quite big names within the charitable, the humanitarian world. Do you think their experience will be useful in guiding people?
Absolutely. I'm really pleased with the speakers that we have today. We've got a good array of people. We've got a speaker from the Home Office that will give some advice from the government. We've got somebody from the Charities Commission. But we've got also two speakers who are actively engaged and understand the situation in Syria, all of which should be able to pass on their experience and advice to the audience. So I'm really pleased that they've agreed to speak, and I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say.
My concerns are in a way universal, but they can be generalized, because I think everyone of all ethnicities should be helped. Syria is a very complex society. It was supposed to be in the past structured around socialist principles. The Ba'ath Party and all that were Christian founder and Muslim majority, but it is the minority who has ruled Syria, is the Shia, who's ruled the majority Sunni community, but in other countries is other way around, but the conflicts are there. For example, in Bahrain, what really concerns me is that the whole Middle East, starting from Lebanon to Pakistan, there is proxy wars being organized between Saudi Arabia and Iran. It is interest. So it's a conflict of interest. Then there's the superpower interests, US and USSR, and all these big, massive natural resources in areas like Balochistan and all these oil wells, in this area. So people are really after resources. They don't seem to be as interested in human beings, in people. We tend to try to impose our democratic template over other people without taking everybody on board. But I'm pleased Kirklees Council has brought everyone together for a cause which is positive. I want to make sure that due diligence takes place, but also the due democratic process, so that we are not funding through those kind of international organizations, charities, which are sectarian in nature. I want everybody helped, especially the non-combatants. I think that's the peaceful way, and we should support people everywhere when they have issues. And I think because the diaspora majority is Muslim in nature, yeah, that we need to ensure that is the humanitarian principles which dictate help for everyone. In Syria, there is appreciable Christian minority as well, yeah. And one of the speakers mentioned Gaza. What about Bantustans which are being created in Israel, yeah, where the Palestinians are also suffering in that place called Yarmouk, yeah. So I want peaceful solutions for the world where humanity counts first and nationality second and third and so on and so forth. It's a complex situation. There's multiplicity of identities and retribalization process is happening all over the world, where you want to bring people from all over the world because they are of certain faith and they have a birthright to live in Palestine, while those who are born there don't seem to have it anymore. So peace for everyone, and thank you Kirklees Council for once organizing community cohesion in recent times.
I'm the Cabinet Member for Health, Wellbeing and Communities, which oversees everything that goes on in the community part of Kirklees, basically. So my interest being here is about just making sure that people are aware of what's going on, about the Syrian problems, and just to make sure that people that do take part in anything to do with Syria, whether it's the convoys or raising money, try to do it in a proper fashion, basically.
Absolutely. As a member of the council, are you aware of a big sort of Syrian or a big willingness to help people within the Syrian community from people in the Kirklees area?
I am. I've heard about a charity that's based in Ravensthorpe that runs nationally, that's raised about £2.4 million. So obviously there's a lot goes on in Kirklees itself, but particularly in the Dewsbury area.
And as a final question, really, do you feel that days like today are useful in terms of raising more money, or is today more about raising awareness?
I think today's more about raising awareness and making sure that the residents in our area are safe in things that they do.
I'm a patron of the World Charity Organization, and I also write for a publication. I'm deputy editor of Passion Islam, so I have a general interest in the affairs regarding Islam and Muslims right around the world, and it's because of this reason, because of the concern for the welfare and the humanitarian situation that is rather grave in Syria, that brings me today to this particular conference.
Okay, Doc. Do you feel that there's enough attention being given in Britain to the people at need in Syria?
I think generally Syria seems to be the top priority. I think locally, nationally, internationally, because it's a situation that's quite grave, and so many millions of people have been displaced. Approximately 150,000 people have died. So I think the conference is a fantastic event, a unique event in the sense that it's brought so many people together from different walks of life, different professions, who share a genuine concern about alleviating the plight and the humanitarian situation of these Syrian people.
Thank you. And finally, if you could sort of take something away from today, what would be the main thing that you're going to take away from today?
I think the main thing that I will take away from today is the fact that we all need to be vigilant, because the situation is very, very serious, and the welfare and the concern around people who actually are risking their own lives taking out aid to Syria. So I think it's a very good public awareness campaign that's been witnessed through today's conference, just showing that safety and precautions of UK citizens is very, very important. when it comes to actually delivering aid to Syria. And I think safety and priority of the citizens is very, very important in terms of doing such a noble service for the sake of humanity.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much.